50-50. It's about 50-50 right now. Half of the people think a bottom is in, October is a go and we're going high from here, and the other half is thinking I think we need to go lower first before we go higher. I am in the latter. I still think that we need to see some more downwards price action before Bitcoin can resume its way up. Well, for both of the sides there's a case to be made. We of course had that dump, then we had the lows here, and then you could say, okay, this is your lower high again, and now we're going lower. And you could also say, well, we are now just going to create a higher low once again and then to go higher again. Like I said, I think that we are one more time going lower. There was actually yesterday a trade to be made. That was actually something that we already had in for a while, and I said that is the golden pocket, a retrace from the high that we created here to then go lower and then into the golden pocket. The price overshot the golden pocket just a little bit. Hope you can see it. This is on the 4 hour right here. The candle is just slightly higher, but we got a nice rejection anyway, and that was off these highs right here after liquidity was taken, and then we're just slowly grinding lower. With that being said, this low that we made in last week, I'm not a fan. I don't like it. This is not really actually what you want to see. And also, if we move the fib retracement underneath this low right here, then you have more of a local golden pocket. Then you can see the price front ran that golden pocket right here, but also the point of control, and that is then of course from this volume profile that we already have in for a while, measured from here to here. There's a whole volume profile, point of control, most traded volume, and as you can see, we front ran it. That is actually not so nice, because usually if you then go lower again, it might not get you a good bounce, or it might not signal the low if you start front running these levels. I was really hoping to spend some time here, maybe a full day, and then eventually reverse and then to go higher during the New York session, but of course that didn't happen. I also therefore did not take a long trade from this area. With that being said, that is then also right away our first long trade that I put in. It is a long from a possible SFP. That is something we had in already since last week, but I'm not so sure about this, because like I said, we are front running here the golden pocket, the point of control, SFP. I think that if we do go lower, we might only get a scalp 1 or 2%, and then it rolls over again and we go lower. But I also wouldn't be surprised if we just go straight through and it does not give you any trade at all. So therefore I'm putting a question mark. I'm not so keen. It is, by the way, from approximately 59,200. The golden pocket is 59,400, 59,600 ish. Like I said, I'm not such a big fan. What I am still a fan of, and what I'm still looking out for, is a long from that golden pocket that we already have in for a while, starting off 57,500 to 58. So what I could see happen is that since we now had a rejection from this golden pocket, that we're eventually going lower, getting a little bit of a scalp, and then getting our trade here from the golden pocket again, 57,500 to 58, and that then signals eventually the bottom, and then we can go higher. So then on the macro you still have your low, your high, your higher low, and then eventually you go higher, and that is then October. So as you can see, actually very clean, very clear. We already had the long that we, the short that we mentioned already since last week from that golden pocket, and then we have two long trades, one from SFP, what I'm like, it's a bit iffy, and then one is from the golden pocket. Is there also a trade locally to be made? Yes, there is. If you zoom in here on the 15 minute, these lows right here are made during the weekend, so you could say I'm looking for something like a sweep of these lows and eventually a reclaim it in to go higher. Would be nice, because actually not a whole lot of people are looking at it, but there's actually not so much here. So you really need to do it based off candle structure and price action, and not so much of key levels that are there, other than that there is liquidity of the weekend. But usually these kinds of trades, taking liquidity of a weekend, does not really signal a top or a bottom. If I see what I like, I will try to take the scalp, but I do not expect that this is then suddenly the higher low. But I just want to give it to you as a takeaway anyways, in case you're not in a trade, because as you can see, the highs and the lows are a little bit further off from here. You could also still try to take a short once we are taking out one of these levels here, maybe during New York. Also then of course use a fib retracement, but always then put your stop loss above this low. So wherever then you're taking the short here, make sure that you put your stop loss above this high. Sorry, I earlier said low, but of course above this high. And yeah, in case we're taking that out, then I think we'll go much higher. Would my bear scenario be invalidated at some point? Absolutely. In case, and I'm now zooming out here on the daily time frame, in case we go back up and we close a daily candle above, let me see if I pull this correctly. I do not think so. Hold on, we're doing this on the spot, folks. Yeah, there you go. We are closing a daily candle above yesterday's high, so that is the golden pocket right here. Let's make it 50. Let's make it 65. So if we close the daily candle above 65, I'm flipping my bias, and I think we're going much higher. The reason for that is then we're again closing above that point of control, the most traded volume from the volume that we now put in for months and months and months. But you could say, well, Ray, then we also close all of these daily candles above. Yes, I know, but this was nothing more of a deviation of this high right here. But if we're now again going to reclaim that point of control, I think then this really was the higher low, and then eventually we're going higher. So that will be the only thing that would flip my bias from bearish to bullish. A daily close above 65k, I'm flipping bullish, and then I think every retrace is a long opportunity. As long as that is not happening, we are still underneath point of control. We are at and around value area high of the range, and we still have some liquidity and some nice levels underneath us to tap before we're going higher. And I think that would also wreck a lot of traders who are trying to long because it is quote-unquote October. Not something that I live by, not something that I trade by, but it actually would be nice to liquidate those traders. So there you have my trades and my invalidation. So again, close above 65 makes me flip to bullish. Other than that, I'm still looking for these trades. Very clean, very clear, nothing iffies. It is just a matter of, if this happens, then I'm doing that. If that happens, then I'm doing this. It's that simple. All right, so that's what I'm looking out for. If you like the content, guys, then of course, as always, please do me a favor by liking, subscribing, clicking on the bell, clicking all so you don't miss anything. Leave me a comment, share this video with your friends if you think this is useful, and also feel free to follow me on Twitter and Instagram, where I will update you in case I take more trades or I will get stopped out of some of these trades. I'll try to update you. Have to be honest, sometimes I forget it, but I will try to do so. If I see something out of the ordinary or something might happen with Iran and Israel, so we get a huge spike or wick in price, and of course I'll try to update you as well. And this week we'll also try to do a live stream again. Thank you guys so much once again, and I'll see you guys very, very soon again in the next one. Bye bye.